What's good everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaq, and in this video I'm going to show you how I flipped this poorly running Audi A3 with a bunch of issues and turn it into a decent car and make some money along the way. If you are new to my channel and enjoy these sort of videos, make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram so that you don't miss out on any future content. Let's jump right in, show you all the details about the car, where I bought it, how much I paid for it, and what I'm gonna have to do to make sure that it's in a sellable condition by the end of this video. In my last video I mentioned that a VW Scirocco will be the next video on this channel. However, I'm still working on that car. I have not finished it yet. So let's get back to this Audi A3. As you can see on the screen, we are at BCA auctions. That's where I purchased this car from. Looking through the pictures, the car seems to be in okay condition. And when I initially saw this vehicle, the first thing caught my eye was the grade 5 condition. That's when I thought maybe I'll be able to win this car at a cheaper price. And the mechanical report, everything's green, so that was a really good indication that this car might be a good deal. So with the mechanicals being okay, but the car being in grade 5, a lot of people are going to stay away from this sort of car. So I put down my watch list and waited for it to come live. And in the meantime, I went ahead and checked out the other details of the car just to make sure that we're prepared to bid on this vehicle when it comes on live. The car has done 96,000 miles, which is not bad for this 1.6 TDI engine. And sorry, I completely forgot to mention the car is a 2010. It's an Audi A3 Cabriolet, which means it's convertible, and it's two-door. It has a cap clean of 1,925 and the retail value of 3,500. Now, it's not unusual for this price to be incorrect on BCA. Usually they are right on the money, a little bit less or a little bit low. So I really trusted this figure and I had that figure in mind when I bid on the vehicle. And unfortunately that's not correct. The car retail value is at around 2,500 at best, and at the time I didn't do this check. Now this is a textbook example why you should check everything before you start bidding on cars. Do your checks outside the listing, such as MOT history, retail value of the car in the open market, such as Auto Trader, eBay or Facebook Marketplace. And if you have access to the Auto Trader portal for dealers, that should be able to give you all the information in one place, and you should be able to know how much or what's your maximum bid on a car like this. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. So when the live bidding started, the car actually started at £300, which was really low. And I kept going. I should have stopped at probably £600, and I managed to win it at £925. So 925 plus the auction fees, it came to £1,296. Also, the car was located in BCA Bristol, so I sent my cousin to bring it back as soon as possible, knowing that I was not going to make as much profit as I liked. I just wanted to get the car back to me as quick as possible. Let's skip to the point where we got the car back and we instantly started noticing issues. So after removing the engine cover, I instantly noticed something a little bit scary, because let me see if I can zoom in. These are the injectors, and down there is filled with diesel. It seems like it's leaking on all 4 injectors. The injectors are not very cheap. I'm hoping it's leaking on one of the injectors, but we'll have to do some investigation and see where that leak is coming from. So this is our first issue, and the smoke coming from this side, which I think diesel getting steamed up with the heat, and the smoke is go only this way to escape. First of all, I'm going to clean all this area and I'll start the car again and see which injector is leaking. I'm hoping it's only one of them, not all 4. That's the first thing that I'm dealing with, and the second thing is the ball tire. The rest of the tires are very good apart from this one. This one's worn out on the edges a lot. It's probably because it's out of alignment. So we're going to put a new tire and send it for alignment, and that's taken care of as well. And the last thing we're going to check for is the ABS and traction control light. Most likely we're looking at faulty wheel sensors, but that would be the easiest thing to do, and the worst case scenario is the ABS pump. Let's turn the ignition on. Alright, this is junk. We obviously have issues with the ABS, and this very cheap junk code reader tells me that we have no fault. I'm definitely going to have to invest in a better code reader because this is not doing anything. I'll have to call a few of my mates, see if anybody can help me with a diagnostic machine, and then we'll find out what these issues are. Now at this point I was actually kind of upset at why those issues were not listed on the auction side. I could forgive the ABS lights because sometimes when you park a car for a certain amount of time, certain errors and codes don't come back on unless you start driving. But the injector leaks should have been mentioned as they were very obvious to spot. Whether they missed out on this check or they intentionally left this information out of the report, I really don't know, but I just wanted to get this car sorted as soon as possible. Before we go in any further on this video, we need to keep a list of everything that needs doing on this car. We need to fix the diesel leak. Possibly we're going to have to change injectors as that's where it's leaking. We also need to replace the ball tire at the front. We need to fix the ABS issue, and after we fix the above issues, we're going to do an MOT on the car, then clean it and take pictures. I'll not be doing an engine oil service on this car since the car has been recently serviced, and they've also changed the timing belt and the water pump. This is amazing news for me as I don't have to spend hundreds of pounds changing the timing belt and the water pump as they are quite expensive. Next, we need to also keep an eye on what we've spent so far. The purchase price of the car was £1,296, and also the collection and the fuel cost to bring the car back was £195. We will be coming back to this page as we spend more money on the car, but for now, let's see how we're going to tackle the ABS and injector issues. So not having the right code reader, I thought the best course of action would be to take it to my mechanic where they can do a proper check and also read all the codes that come for the ABS. And that's exactly what I did. I sent it to K Autos, and as you guys know by my previous videos, they are my go-to mechanics, and within a day they managed to fix the car and send it back to me. Now thank God the injectors were all okay, as changing injectors on this car will wipe out any profit margin that I had in this car in the first place. The injectors themselves, as I said, they were okay. However, the seals and the washers were all worn out. That's why diesel was leaking on top of the engine. With a set of new injector washers and seals, that problem was sorted straight away. Now as for the ABS and the traction control light on the dash, it was all related to a bad wheel sensor. With the new wheel sensor fitted to the rear passenger side, that problem was also fixed. Also, when I dropped the car to K Autos, I went to a local tire shop and managed to source a very good part-worn tire to the front, and that was fitted at the same time. Now I believe I got very lucky with this car since it didn't have major issues. Since I managed to sort of fix everything within a day or two, I'll be doing the numbers at the end and you'll find out whether I made any profit or not. Now it's time to clean the car, take the pictures and put it up for sale, and once we've done that, then I can run to the MOT station, make sure that the car passes inspection without any problem. As you've seen in the previous clips, the condition of the car wasn't too bad at all. The driver's seat was the only part of the car that showed a little bit of stain, and it was really easy to remove with the wet vac. Now whilst I was working on other cars in the background, my cousin offered to clean this car and get it ready for sale. The whole process took him about a few hours, and after washing the outside and putting some tire dressing, the car came out really nice. Luckily we didn't have to do any fixes on the body as every panel was straight and it was damage free. Now at this point I wanted to take it for a quick run on the motorway just to make sure that we don't have any problems before I take it to MOT inspection. After fixing the injector leaking issue and also the ABS sensor, the car drove really nice on the motorway. It went through the gears without any hesitation, and I must say I'm surprised at how nice this car drives. Before we go ahead and run the numbers, I just want to remind you of the to-do list, and I just want to make sure that we have ticked everything and everything has been sorted on this car. And now if you go to our money invested page, we've already added the purchase price and the collection and fuel. The next fix was the injector leak, which was about £258. £50. That's parts and labor. And the ABS wheel sensor was about £60. Part worn tire that I got from the local tire shop was about £30, and that was plus fitting. And then the car went through MOT without any advisories, and the cost of the MOT was £40. Now I also added some more fuel to the car when I took it for the run on the motorway, and that was about £20. If we add everything together, it should come to £1,803.96. And after checking out similar cars on Auto Trader and what they go for, the actual retail price of this car is between £2,300 to £2,500. And since we are approaching winter, I really don't want to be sitting on this car, so I'm going to list it for £2,245. Now if we do our calculations, we've got £1,803.96 invested in the car. We're going to list it for £2,245, and it will give us a pre-tax profit of £441.04. Now the real number and the real profit that will actually go into my pocket after paying the tax man, paying rent, paying Auto Trader and all the other expenses, the real number will be somewhere around £150. Now I want you to understand, this is the real world of flipping cars. Not every car will make you loads of money, and this is certainly not a get rich quick scheme job. I could have easily stopped recording this video the moment I found out that I'm not going to make any sort of money on this car, but I want to show you guys the actual truth behind flipping cars. And if you have any questions about flipping cars, or you want to ask me something, either message me directly on Instagram or leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, make sure you do that so you don't miss out on any future flips on this channel. It's been your boy Shaq, and I'll see you guys in the next video.